You have found us, the #1 podcast for you who get up and get after it every day, bring fitness to those around you, whether you know it or not. In this podcast, we talk about some things.
Some important things?
We talk about some important things, and we also talk about
some not so important things.
Yeah, we find some not so important things, and we talk about those. But this is about bringing fitness full circle, physical health, wealth, risk, emotional, spiritual fitness, all the ways that we keep people fit. We celebrate it here.
Yes, that is what you have found today. Thank you for joining us, and we are super duper excited about this episode. Aren't we, Brett? Because it's the first time we've met in like a month.
It's been a while. We've had some things. There's been some things. So we had to take a little bit of a break, but we are back in full force again.
That's right.
This time we picked up another person.
I just saw her on the side of the road and I was like, she's cute.
Yeah.
So
and she was bubbly and we would give it a try. But anyway, in this podcast, we chock full of stuff. We're talking about smart devices. Can smart devices save you money on your homeowner's insurance?
Wow.
And I was trying to figure out how we would find out about it. And then I realized that Kim Aker, that's you.
Oh.
You have just branched off and you started the Aker Insurance Group. That is a huge deal.
Thank you. That's true. Those things that you just said, they're true.
They're very true, because that's part of the important things that we talk about. Not so important things coming up. The lady falls in a toilet to retrieve her smartphone. Is that a smart move? We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, intentionally falls in the toilet.
Yeah. And there's a breathalyzer out there with sobering news about your metabolism. Wouldn't be a podcast if we didn't have the pop culture pop quiz. We're doing famous jingles and slogans.
Oh boy.
You guys are both nominated for 20 under 40. So I made sure that I made some of these that you had to be a little bit older for. So you guys might be challenged on this one.
I have a feeling she's going to beat me in this one today.
And we also have special guest Kaylee Worley from Evergreen Home Loans, talking about how she keeps her clients fit, not just before, but during and after the purchase of their home. She's also going to tell us some tips and tricks that we can do to help keep ourselves fit in one of, if not the largest investment that we have.
Is that our house?
Just one of them.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
One of your houses.
I know that.
Yeah.
I knew that one.
Only your vacation home.
So, Brett, in this podcast, we are going to be talking about some really smart stuff.
Right. We're talking about smart home stuff. We're talking about smartphone stuff. We're talking about smart health stuff. Right. Let's talk about smart coffee stuff.
Because there's studies out there that show that drinking coffee can make you smarter.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
Boost cognitive function, boost memory, all those types of things. But there's also coffee that can actually make you smarter, or smarter coffee. In the same way drinking coffee can boost your memory, cognitive function, and focus, which is smart. Drinking coffee oasis boosts our community, which is even smarter.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
Yep.
Well, when you drink coffee, Oasis coffee, you can help create safe shared spaces.
Yeah.
You can help create street and school outreach for our at-risk youth, provide mentorship. You can provide job training, shelter, meals, and even clothing.
Yep. And how?
Buy their coffee. Right?
Seems like the smart way to drink coffee.
It seems really smart.
So where you get your coffee may not mean much to you, but it means everything to them. Coffee Oasis, restoring communities through compassionate youth programs and coffee business. So go to their business and buy some coffee.
Buy their coffee. That's simple.
It's smart. Not only simple, it's smart.
Why is my voice so high? Buy their coffee.
It works great.
Because you're caffeinated.
I am well caffeinated.
Can we try to stay on top of the comments as they come in? But I have got to admit, I missed a comment. There's a comment that slipped in there. I'm not sure exactly where it slipped in, but it came in under the radar. Pam said, wow, it just keeps getting better.
Now, you know, Brett, that Pam is my mom.
Is it really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's our #1 fan, by the way, but that's my mama.
Well, tell her that we missed a comment and that we really apologize for that.
I love you, Mom.
Yep. We did get another comment that came through.
Was it from your mom?
No, I love this comment. It said, another awesome podcast. Fitness Full Circle, our new name change. I love it.
Nice.
Your mission certainly embodies that title. Looking forward to the next podcast. P.S. I am not Brett or Kim's mom, just a loyal fan. So
I love that they said that.
there we go. Fantastic. Now we know that these are unsolicited. Half of these were unsolicited comments. So
Well, I did not ask my
50%.
mom to
Yeah.
say that, so it was very unsolicited. But I love that you found that comment from her.
well, that was fantastic.
great.
I love it. I love it.
That's so fun. So Brett, where should we start today?
Right here at the top. Okay, let's see.
So Brett, where should we start today? We've got a lot of great things to chat about.
You know, Kim, I was on vacation for a week or so, and the beauty of vacation is that you have nothing but time on an airplane. So I get to read obscure magazines just in general.
Mhm.
So I came across some smart home products, right? Everything's
Yeah.
about smart home products and how they add convenience and how they save time and how they keep you safe. But I got to thinking, can smart home products also save your money on your home insurance? Now, the irony of it is that when I'm on the airplane, I'm thinking, gosh, I know somebody in that field. And I also kind of want to talk about this because you're my girl. And so I wanted to talk about it.
Sure.
But you branched off, you're out on your own. You have the Acre Insurance Group, which is huge. Kim Acre Insurance. That is
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. Congratulations to
Thank you.
So nothing makes you more qualified to answer these questions.
Well, I guess not. Yeah,
Yeah.
I am the agency owner. So you're right. It's awesome.
I
I
know.
opened my new office in Port Orchard, Washington.
That is so cool.
Thank
That is
you.
the coolest thing ever.
Thank you.
Yeah. So tell me about these, right? Because we have all these modern conveniences. Yeah, you came out just a second ago. You told Siri to remember something for you, right? We got
Siri's my second assistant.
we got Roombas cleaning the houses. We got Ring doorbells catching UPS drivers. We got all kinds of stuff that's going on. Does any of this stuff does this matter when it comes to homeowners insurance? Or
It sure
anything?
can. It sure can. I mean, there's always been the questions as the agent side when we're going through and filling out like a homeowner's application. It's always going to ask us like, is there secure locks on the door, like a deadbolt lock? So I'm always going to check that off. Like hopefully every house that we're selling and buying these days have deadbolt locks. But there's also an actual credit discount for having a security system, like a secure home system that actually links to the fire department and the police department. So if you have a security system in your home, definitely make sure to mention that to your insurance companies because we'll be able to usually add a credit for that. As like a safe home discount. There's also safe heat discounts as well for, different products that you have in your house as far as heat goes. So like a gas fireplace, that's at least under what I write, that could be another discount for you.
Nice.
Yeah. Also, if you make any other changes to your home, Brett, I would say like if you update the floors, add anything that's going to upgrade the value of your home, you definitely want to communicate that as well. And all too often people forget. Like we are the last person that you talk to. It's usually at the renewal next year where we say, hey, how's it going? Everything good? And they say, oh yeah, I added a deck and we changed our, fireplace and we did all these different things. Like make sure that you are letting us know about that so we can update accordingly the value of your home. So should you have that catastrophic event, we need to replace something, that we can give you exactly as your home stands today, a replacement.
So solar, if an individual has a
yeah.
bunch of solar panels attached to the roof, they would do that.
Yeah, if you add solar to it, let us know.
Deal. For sure.
Absolutely.
Well, you know a lot about insurance.
Sure.
How much do you know about cell phone insurance?
A little.
Okay.
I know that
Because
every cell phone carrier frustrates me, but
in some Unsmart news, a Washington woman fell into a national park outhouse retrieving her cell phone that fell in the hole. And I can't make that stuff up. That was not only in the newspaper, it was on Inside Edition. It was in many different places. And so I was just curious if you knew that.
I'm sorry. You're using the word fell in. She like literally fell into it, or like
Well,
she.
From the reports that I saw, she was taking her dog for a walk and
Okay.
went in to use the lavatory. The phone slipped out of her hand and fell into
Oh,
the bucket.
that was a bad day.
We're
And
multitasking.
yeah, it's a long way down. So from what I understand, she took a dog leash and rappelled herself headfirst down into
Oh God.
said hole to retrieve said phone. It's just kind of I'm going to let you decide what do you think happens next on this on the list of terrible ideas. What do you think happens next? And so anyway, she falls in head first. I don't want to spoil it for you. She had to get rescued by somebody on the other side of the bridge. It was Chimacum or somewhere on that side. She had to get rescued by them.
Like it was that deep that she fell that far in.
Yeah.
Have you seen a pit toilet?
I mean, I've been on many like long
Yeah.
camping trips and stuff, but ugh.
So I guess my question in all this stuff
Dear
is
goodness.
that was it worth it? What could possibly? And now I have a lot of information on my phone. I got a lot of information on my phone. I stay pretty attached to my phone. All three of us just a second ago,
man.
somebody's phone buzzed,
Yeah.
and each of us thought it was our own.
I can promise you, Brett, that was not worth it.
No.
And I especially feel for this woman for that judgment call that she made to do such a thing. But if she did have the insurance plan, like if she was paying the $15 a month or whatever it is to replace that phone, and she still repelled herself in because it was that important to her.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think I would repel in for my wedding ring. And I mean, it means a lot to me to have a wedding ring, but it's replaceable.
Well, that's insured as well, is it not?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
I'm
Well,
just
I'm
not
like,
sure.
maybe if my husband fell in the pit toilet, I
Oh,
might
yeah.
repel myself to fix it, to get him out. I hope he would do the same for me.
I mean, I think he's probably insured as well, but like that's a
Yeah.
different replacement cost.
Different.
Okay.
For
I'd
sure.
have to
Just
think
checking.
about it for sure. That'd have to be a thought process.
Like for my phone,
Get Chelsea
zero
or-
chance.
Yeah. So anyway, she was unharmed.
Emotionally or physically or
I'm not really sure. I think all of the above. I think
Okay.
she was harmed.
I mean,
she
probably at least
claims
had
to
pink
be
eye.
unharmed. The fire department did suggest that she went to the doctors,
yeah.
and she said that she just wanted to go home and take a shower and crawl under a mattress and never come out ever again. Which now I made that last part up, but
I mean, like I wouldn't doubt that that's what she said
yeah,
at that point.
yeah.
Oh no, honey, just forget the phone.
So we're not gonna call that a smart move.
No, that was
That was
a very not
that was
smart
an
move.
unsmart move for a smartphone.
Yeah, it was
Gotcha,
a very,
okay.
oh boy.
Well, I was again reading a lot, which I know you're always amazed by that because I'm just a dumb jock. And so, but I was reading this article in Men's Health of this unit they have. It's basically a breathalyzer that measures your metabolism and tells you if you're efficient, if you're burning efficient or you're not. Because when you burn fat, when you burn energy, carbohydrates, calories, it comes out as vapor. A lot of people think maybe you urinate it or excrete it, but it doesn't. It actually comes out as exhaust. It comes out as vapor. And so this machine measures the vapor to tell you if you're being efficient with your food intake and obviously with your energy intake, but also your energy expulsion as well. This thing looks like, it's a crazy thing. It's $250. Looks like a kazoo. I swear, I got it here. I brought a picture of you guys.
Oh, I thought you bought it.
I didn't.
I thought you
no.
bought one too.
No,
Oh,
it looks like kazoo.
it does look like a
I'll
kazoo.
post.
Does it whistle?
I'll post the
It
link.
should have whistled. I mean, for $250, it better
That's
whistle.
what I'm saying.
So anyway, this thing, it's supposed to measure metabolic efficiency and metabolic inefficiency or flexibility and inflexibility. So a metabolic flexibility is when you burn well and your body, because you're intaking the food properly. Metabolic inflexibility is when you're not. So this thing tells you that you're eating cookies, eating more cookies than you should.
This is scary.
Like anti-cookie kazoo.
I mean, and this is scary, exciting, I should say.
Yeah.
For the future of technology and, medical.
Advancement.
Yes, thank you for the word.
It has some interesting characteristics, but I think kind of the part, because this actual article is called Junk or Science. And it's
That should be on our show.
Yeah.
We should have
That's-
junk or science as a segment.
well, we did the junk science on the Japanese gaming.
That's right.
Gaming
That's
bed.
right. We did
Yep.
talk about that.
But anyway, it's a $250 machine, and it's supposed to tell you that you're eating well or not eating well, and then it also makes recommendations for how to eat better.
I love this. In fact, I think that you should absolutely have this on order if you don't already for your clients. When they you put them on a meal plan, Brett.
Mhm.
I know your meal plans. I've tried them myself, and they're awesome.
No, you've succeeded at them.
I did,
Yeah.
but I did succeed. You're right. But for those clients out there that maybe didn't succeed at your meal plans, and they would come in and act like they succeeded,
Yeah.
this would be one way to tell them that they were absolutely not successful.
I don't think they want that. It's gonna be like you get pulled over by the cop,
Yeah.
like, just 2 beers, right? I give you the kazoo. They're like, there's just 2 cookies.
Brett,
There's just 2 cookies.
I just had to have the Oreos last night. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Like, no, you blew a 0.3. That's like 7 cookies. What are you doing? So yeah, it's a unique piece. There are some fantastic characteristics to it, but realistically speaking, I think for the most part, it just tells you what you already know. If you're eating well, or you're not eating well. So anyway, junk or science, I'm not really sure. I'm going to leave that to anybody who wants to dump $250. If you do, let me know how that turns out.
I think I could see that foundation of this technology being used for really helpful things in the future, to combat diabetes and obesity and things like that.
All those obesity related diseases. And at the least, it creates that level of awareness. And I think that's the part that I like. I don't necessarily like that it's $250, but it creates that level of awareness, and anything that creates that level of awareness, where it's Fitbit or Apple Watch or any of those things that create that, that makes that top of mind on a continual basis.
Active
are the piece that
monitoring.
makes- Absolutely.
Yeah. I just keep thinking about the small intestinal bacteria breath test. That is a medical diagnosis.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I'm curious, how that actually measures and reports.
So, when are we going to have that for strep throat? When are we going to get rid of that popsicle stick that we choke ourselves with?
It's a lot of fun
to find out about strep throat.
or the nasal molestation you got to do for the COVID test.
The brain swab.
I want the
That's
COVID,
probably better.
the COVID kazoo or whatever. I want to be able to just
COVID
COVID
kazoo.
kazoo.
We're doing that.
Yeah.
That is our next.
Is that your $1 million idea?
That is the
brain
COVID
child.
kazoo.
oh boy.
Well, before we get to Kaylee, our guest, just like in every other podcast, our guests have to earn a spot as a guest on our podcast. And that is through the Pop Culture Pop Quiz. Kaylee, you have been selected to go through the Pop Culture Pop Quiz.
Awesome.
Now, this is very rigorous rules.
Okay.
You will be going face to face against Kim, the pop culture queen.
Got it.
You have to score at least second place or better in order to move on.
It's true.
Okay.
You can do this,
I got
okay?
it.
I think you're gonna get first.
Do I get a
prize.
buzzer or
Nope.
just
buzzer.
yell? I don't know.
We should
Nope.
have got those
Today,
down on your phone.
that's what we need to do. What we're going to do is I will ask you
Okay.
what the jingle is.
Yeah.
And we're going to go back and forth. Now, if you don't
Okay.
get it, she has the ability to steal.
Is that how we're gonna do it? Wow.
Well,
Yeah.
then she gets the advantage of process of elimination, but that's fine.
That's-
I won't.
No,
know.
it's not multiple choice.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to
No, I'm
answer.
just saying, if I get a wrong one, then she knows.
I hear it. I have 10 more seconds to think about it than she does.
Sure.
And then
It's
we'll,
fine.
and then we'll flip back.
Yeah, I'm ready.
We'll go back and forth. here.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very stringent rules. here.
Okay.
Very stringent.
Bring it on.
Okay.
Okay.
TV jingles and slogans. What company was Where's the Beef?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm gonna call it Oscar Mayer because that's the only thing that's coming to mind.
Oh, that's smart.
Mhm.
I think she's probably right. I'm gonna
I
go with
think
beef
so.
jerky.
Nope. Where's the Beef? That was in the 80s. I knew you guys would stink
Good
at
try.
that.
Good try. Yeah.
Wendy's.
Wendy's.
Little old ladies in the back
Oh.
seat. Where's the beef?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
Bring
gonna
that
score
one
that
back.
a 0.
Okay.
Okay, you're up next.
Okay.
It's the Breakfast of Champions.
Wheaties.
Wheaties.
Mm,
Boom. Kim gets that one. All right. Back to you.
yeah.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hands.
M&M's.
M&M's.
Good.
That's good.
Job. Gonna get harder on you, Kim. Ready?
Sure.
Good to the last drop.
Good last drop. That is for good last drop. Some sort of drink or syrup. Let's go with coffee. Let's go with Folgers.
No,
Okay, whatever.
I think, is it like Heinz ketchup?
no, it
What
is
is-
Maxwell House. So you're in the
Oh,
right,
so
you're
you-
in that
oh, coffee?
neighborhood.
I feel like you get kind of half a point for coffee.
I think I should.
Okay, oh, you only get half a point if it's Coffee Oasis coffee, which
Yeah.
you did not answer correctly.
Smart.
Kaylee.
Yeah.
Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
Alka-Seltzer.
Alka-Seltzer.
Pop, pop, fizz, fizz. Oh, what a relief it is.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, Camel soup.
There we
Nice. Good one.
go. Okay. Reach out and touch someone.
The slogan.
Yeah, you can't say that now.
No,
I was gonna say it's the
man. Well, yeah, the social disgrace of that one has me whirling a little. I don't know. I have no idea. Reach out and touch someone.
Mhm.
See, I just want to go back to like Village People and
Reach out,
YW or
Reach out and
YMCA.
touch someone.
No idea.
touch someone.
You're just gonna keep singing it, hoping that it comes out.
You don't come up that way. You'd have to know what it is.
Let's okay. Yellow Pages.
Close. It was AT&T.
Oh,
Really?
I was thinking like communication,
Yeah.
like reach out and touch someone, like if you could find a number in the White Pages or Yellow Pages.
Well, here's added up. It was a tie again. Boom.
Hey,
Yes.
I'll take
Yep.
it.
Both
Boom.
first places. That's fantastic.
right. We both get to advance this
Right.
today.
Yes. We both
All right,
get
so I've
to
earned
it.
my seat. Now,
Yeah.
now I
Yeah.
can be here.
Now we
you
can
do your-
introduce you.
Now you can do your piece.
Thank you for that
I love it.
humility lesson this morning. I appreciate it.
Oh, that was fun actually. I a few of those that I'd never heard, and
Where's
a few
the
of those
beat?
that I've heard a lot. All right. So I have the pleasure to introduce my dear friend Kaylee Worley, who's with us today. I did not find her on the side of the road like I said I did.
I do have my own car. I don't hitchhike everywhere.
I actually found her in our business networking group. She is a fantastic member of our local chapter. And she's also our current secretary treasurer, and she's been quite busy the last year. So we really appreciate all that you do, Kaylee. A few fun facts about our friend Kaylee. She is a native to Kitsap County here. She graduated from the UW in 2013, which I still forgive her for because I'm obviously a coug.
It's fine.
She's licensed as a mortgage loan officer, and she has been doing that since 2017 and received her mortgage advisor certificate in 2021. Congratulations.
Thank you.
She's also an avid photographer, camper, and amateur chef and baker,
Heck yeah.
which I want to learn more about.
Truthfully, I could have brought you a cupcake and I didn't, and I'm so sorry.
Now
But he
that's-
has the no cookie kazoo. I think it applies to cupcakes. I don't-
But you're also a proud dog mama
Yes.
and a wife to Steven. You guys were married last year, but you're also going to have another official ceremony coming up in October, correct?
Yeah, we did the COVID elope and then wedding.
I love that.
It's very hip right
It's the super in.
now.
You were the managing editor of a newspaper, and you're also a published writer for multiple articles. You are just a dear friend of mine. I'm super excited to have you here today, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that you are also under Kitsap Leadership's 20 under 40 nomination for Best of the Best in 2021.
Yep.
So this girl knows her stuff when it comes to the mortgage world. And I'm super excited to pick your brain today. And Brett and I want to say welcome to the Rise and Grind podcast, AKA Fitness Full Circle.
Nice. Happy to
Most
be here.
Definitely.
Thanks
Yes.
for the invite.
You betcha.
You know, and I thought it was really special. I heard somebody from your staff speak about mortgage loans, and it really kind of inspired me because it was what you guys talk about, what Evergreen talked about was completely different than what I thought that mortgage loan people would talk about. So Kaylee, what I want to know is kind of what you guys do to keep your clients fit? How does Evergreen Home Loans keep their clients fit?
Sure. I mean, the biggest or easiest answer to that is that we are more than just a loan originator or more than just a mortgage company. The way that we run our team specifically is focused a lot more on financial wellness in the long term. So looking at wealth building plans, how you're handling your investments, are you maxing out your contributions to your 401k, and then really figuring out how much home you can afford. Today, we have so many online companies that are coming in and seizing so much local business because they can offer a slightly lower interest rate. They can get things through super quickly. That's not proven, but that's what I've heard. And our approach is very different. We look at how to set up people where they're comfortable with their payment, they're making a good investment in their home while also maintaining other financial fitness in every other aspect. It's not necessarily fit or healthy in any way for you to dump every penny you have in savings to purchase a home and then pay a mortgage that's over 50% of your monthly income. It's really easy to end up upside down and stressing yourself out with those kinds of expenses. So even if you can technically on paper afford a $500,000 home, maybe that's not the best place for you to land. And that's kind of where we come in. We're not just looking to close any loan for anyone at whatever price they want. We want to make sure that they have a healthy picture of what their monthly expenses are going to look like, how to handle their other investments, and making sure they're really achieving their goals in a very well-rounded way.
I love that. So with that in mind, people are watching this right now. What are some things that you would tell them that they can do themselves right now, kind of align themselves and prepare themselves to keep themselves fit, to start this process?
Sure. I mean, there's a bunch of categories to it, but I suppose it really depends on if you're going to look into purchasing a new home or refinancing. So any one of those you want me to elaborate on?
Like a new home purchase.
Sure. I mean, we live in a kind of protected area right now. So it's very, very hot real estate market, and mortgages are super competitive locally. When you're preparing to buy a new home, we see people all across the board of different ages. So really there's a spectrum of first-time home buyer. And a lot of people don't know exactly what first-time home buying programs offer as benefits. But the main things you can always do to just take care of yourself and make sure you're in the best financial picture you can be is to monitor your credit score. There's lots of apps people use, Credit Karma, Mint, things like that. But something to remember there is that those scores that you're shown are typically only from one of the 3 credit bureaus. So that's not the picture that we see. We'll pull in all 3 bureaus for a credit score, as opposed to when you're shopping for a car, you may only see the one. Okay. So when you're looking at Credit Karma, you kind of have to imagine that that's either on the lower end or the kind of middle ground of what we may see. So really monitoring your credit and putting that in the best fit or fitness, aspect that you can. You want to keep your credit usage below 33%. So that's taking your credit limits on all cards, all loans, your mortgage, everything, student loans even. You want to try and get that number down to 33% of withdrawn credit or credit balances, as opposed to what your limits may be. Okay. So that's a really big portion of your credit score. On-time payments, also super huge. So even if you're only making your minimum payments, some people need to do that. Life gets tough. You got to make sacrifices. But making those on-time payments 100% of the time, that'll really, really set you up and make sure that your credit score is increasing. Aside from that, carrying different types of debt is actually another way to get your credit score up. So you want installment loans, you want credit cards, you want secured loans, like a mortgage, something like that has a backing to it. So those are really three big areas where your credit score can improve. One no one really knows about that I love educating people on is the average age of your credit, because that comes into play a lot. So when people pay off these credit cards, when you're working on debt consolidation, they'll pay off a card and then close it. And it's a Target card they've had since they're 18. So, it's been there for 10, 12 years. That is offsetting the average age of their credit. So the older average age of credit you have,
keep it open.
Okay. Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. Diversify your debt.
Absolutely.
I love that.
And I think one of the big things that you said that really kind of inspired me when I heard your team talk was the education piece, and really taking that time to educate, because you alluded to the internet, right? And I battle that in my occupation. Kim battles that. We all battle that.
We all do.
And just about every one of our guests battle that. And that's why it's so important that we bring our guests on to talk about the fact that we are people, and it's about people helping people.
Yes.
And absolutely. So that's one of the things that I see as an advantage for like you guys is when I was listening to you guys talk, you guys are really talking more about how can we be more secure. This isn't just about a transaction where you can go on the internet, you can download an app and you can get, approval in 20 minutes or whatever the heck that they're telling you. It's about going through and getting that education and getting that knowledge and being in the right position to be able to do that. And I think that was so important. I thought that was so fantastic. And it's something that you cannot get from the internet. You can't get it from a Lizard.
No.
You can't get it from a spaceship mortgage. You can't get them from
Right.
any of those other places. You can only get those from the people that you build relationships with. And that's how really I see you guys' advantage, is the way you guys build relationships.
See, I don't necessarily want to speak for you guys, but I feel pretty confident in saying that my favorite part of my job, and I think yours as well, is being that person that can do that hand holding. And I am one of those irritating people who constantly ask questions because I need to know the why behind everything. And I love it when my clients call me and they're like, hey, stupid question. I just really need you to explain this for me. And being that person that everybody can just pick up the phone and call, and actually being a present human being, not, I'm going to put you on hold on an 800 number. Like, my clients have my cell phone number. I'm entirely, approachable, reachable all the time. And being that resource for people, it's not only comforting, but being able to educate them, doing first-time homebuyer courses, anything like that, sitting down and showing people why they should increase a down payment, why they should increase their closing costs, and how they're going to recoup that in, the first 5 years of their mortgage is huge. And these are the people that call you years down the road or send their children to you. So it's really about building those relationships and building that credibility and that trust. I think that, I can't compete with online Lizard spaceship mortgage because they'll get you a cheaper interest rate, and they'll get you approved in 20 minutes or whatever they may do. But they're not going to be that person talking to you at 7 o'clock on a Friday night, when you're panicking or when you're in a situation that you really, really need someone to kind of support you and educate you so you can advocate for yourself. Because I don't want to just put people in houses. I want people to understand the way that the secondary market works and the way the economy works around the housing market. Letting people have that knowledge and being able to really advocate and represent themselves well with the confidence of understanding what's really going on it's a pretty cool thing to see.
Well, sorry.
And I to continue with that, I heard you speak not too long ago where you talked about telling people, hey, this is a good time to refinance. It's not a good time to refinance, and really taking that personal relationship with that, because for you, that could just easily be a transaction. That could be, so easily just be a revenue stream for you. But to say, hey, hold up, let's take a look at these markers. Let's take a look at these things, and let's say, let me turn away business for right now until it makes sense for all of us to have that business and for all that to be. And I thought that was really powerful.
There's an integrity to it. I mean, working in the financial industry, you'll see a lot of variation in this. And I don't know, I need to go to sleep at night knowing that I'm doing my job well and representing people well. There's a morality to it for me. And there are plenty of people who, want to take some quick cash out and want to take a cash out mortgage. And, in certain circumstances, that's a great move. It really varies per situation. But there's plenty of times when we'll take a look at the full picture and have to tell people, personally, I wouldn't do this. Professionally, I wouldn't recommend this. If you really want to do it, I will help you, but it may not be advisable in the long term. And that, I don't know, that's a different conversation coming to the table, but I have a lot of respect for my mentor who operates like that. And
I love that. Well, the relationship of that, like just to your point, like to be able to call someone, whether it's 7 o'clock on a Friday night or a Saturday morning, or even just anytime during the week, and be able to ask those questions like, hey, you take another peek, is now a good time? Like, what should I be considering here? And having that discussion partner really in the industry is huge. And you're not going to find that online.
Right. I mean, just to have a personal relationship and a sounding board where you can trust someone's knowledge and you know that they have your best interest at heart. I think that's the core of how I want my business to grow.
Absolutely.
That's terrific.
Perfect.
And you're in great company, because I know Kim is very similar.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with her about insurance personally one not too long ago, and she says, you don't want to, you're probably going to get a better deal going in this direction. I was like, well, I don't want to go in that direction. I want to go in your direction.
Well, and that's the fun part about it, because it's not, when you help a friend out, and even if you're not getting the business yourself, you're still that second advisor, or that second agent for them, to understand all their options. And I have more fun, like you said, being able to sleep at night knowing that I'm helping people do the right thing, because their insurance. So absolutely. Okay. So here's a fun question for you.
I love it.
Are you ready to put your fun hat on?
Yep.
If you wrote an autobiography, What would it be titled?
Oh, man. For a long time, I actually had a note on my phone for this exact question. So whenever something funny would happen in my life and you get kind of a catchphrase for that embarrassing moment, I'd put it in there and I can't find it. I've tried to find it. What would my autobiography be called? Am I allowed to swear? Because that might be a part of it. I don't know.
Just bleep it out for us.
Yeah, exactly. I like Trials and Tribulations, but that sounds like a Pride and Prejudice, like massive
fun.
novel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Need like Cliff Notes to
Yeah.
read your book.
The audiobook's going to take a month.
Oh, at least.
I like it. So if they took this this autobiography and made it into a movie,
Yes.
who would play your character?
Oh man.
This is a curveball.
Like I get to pick anyone, or do I need to pick someone that like accurately?
No, you get to
Okay.
pick anybody.
Whoever you
If for whatever reason you think Dwayne Johnson would best represent your character, have at it. We don't judge here.
Oh my gosh.
For the sake of humor, I want to pick Eliza Schlesinger, the comedian. I think she's fantastic.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Who lit your phoenix on fire? Which is to say, who inspired you to rise up?
Well, Dumbledore. No, my dad, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad's pretty great. He raised me a good portion of my life, and incredibly intelligent man. He's so good at everything. It's actually disgusting. And he's not a very patient guy, and he's a little difficult to communicate with, but I love him beyond words. And he worked super hard when I was growing up and always wanted me to go to college. He never went to university. He's owned his own business of sorts and worked under the table. And, it was just the two of us the whole time that I was a kid mostly. And just watching him work so hard, and he is so knowledgeable, and just the confidence that he has in the way that he carries himself and shares his knowledge and his services. I mean, he's a brilliant mechanic, welder, engineer. He works on tugboats now. And just the pride he has in his work and how dedicated he's always been to continuing to educate himself and continuing to learn. And the way that he carries himself with this very calm confidence and intelligence that I've always found really inspiring. And that got me going and got me through my couple degrees and applying to law school and working 3 jobs until I got into the mortgage industry, and kind of that work ethic, I think.
Well, I would say calm confidence is a way I would describe you. Absolutely.
Yeah, just about everything that she said.
I know. I was like,
oh my gosh.
She was describing herself.
Yeah, I was like, you're talking about yourself right now. You know that, right?
That's so sweet. You guys just made my whole day. Now I'm blushing.
I love it. Well, only the YouTube people will see that.
Oh, that's fine.
Everyone else will be listening to audio versions of this podcast.
Well, we made it. We made it through. You did a tremendous job. Thank you so much for all of that.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.
We actually, before you leave, we've got to put you through a couple of rigorous training sessions.
Let's do it.
We're going to start with the grinder.
Yeah.
The grinder is a series of simple would you rather questions relating to the topics in the podcast, general topics, or whatever we feel like.
Okay. Hit
Deal?
me with it.
Okay.
I'm game.
Would you rather own a successful mortgage company of your own, or open your bed and breakfast?
That's not even a question. Of course I want to open my bed and breakfast. That's the burning desire.
I was gonna say,
Burning desire.
I saw that was your burning desire, and that would be so. I would definitely be one of your first customers.
Yeah, the dream of dreams, man. It's like 5 acres on the water somewhere, cute little bed and breakfast. I get to do the catering, little event venue, take some photos of weddings, do the thing.
So you are a person of many talents, camping, cooking, reading, gardening, crafting, volunteering, writer, photographer. I wanted to put that together. And would you rather photograph your own food, or would you rather photograph professional chef's food?
Honestly, I hate taking pictures of my own food. I never do it. I make stuff all the time, and I'm like halfway through eating it, or my husband has annihilated whatever I've cooked. I'm like, man, no one's going to see all this delicious that I've put together. I never take pictures of my own food, and I have like the backdrop and the lights and the stuff. And I just can't make myself be pretentious enough in 2 categories to do the cooking and then also the food. I think that's
Okay.
self-indulgent.
Okay.
So other people's food for sure. Yeah,
Deal.
100%.
Love
In that line of thinking,
Mhm.
would you rather be a baker
Mm.
or a food critic?
Oh man, food critic was on the list when I was growing up. What scale of baking? Because like massive commercial baking stresses me out.
Well, whatever you want it to be, you're the baker.
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean,
your
like-
business.
Like commissioned baking, absolutely, that'd be super fun. Audiobook, hang out in the kitchen all day, deliver a wedding cake, so satisfying. 100%.
That's so fun.
And there's something just very soothing about it. That's like my guilty pleasure. Baking is my guilty
It's
pleasure.
and it's science, you know?
If this whole fitness thing doesn't work
Yeah.
out, I'm gonna make donuts.
Dude, I'm down.
I'm going completely.
I'm
You
super
won't
down.
even eat a donut. How are you a baker of donuts?
I love to make delicious things for other people because
Yeah.
I get to enjoy through them.
Mhm.
Like I get to enjoy donuts vicariously through people.
You
It's
guys,
more fun when other people eat your food. It
Absolutely.
really
The
is.
fact that neither of you have ever baked for me right now is now
I
starting to
already
irritate me.
apologized for not bringing you a cupcake.
We got through the grinder. She made it through the grinder. Fantastic. Nicely done.
Still standing.
So we are going to move to fit or flop.
Fit
And that's
or
a bunch of occupational specific or show related topics that you answer fit if it's a good idea, or flop if it's not so much.
Mhm.
Let's find out.
All right. Number 1, paying extra on your home loan to pay it off early. Fit or
Ooh.
flop?
Fit. If you can swing it, and if you have the finances to support it, making even just, one extra payment a year will end up taking years off of your mortgage repayment.
Nice.
Yeah, very smart.
A VRBO yurt.
Ooh, interesting. So good luck finding financing for this. Let's just start there. We're talking like land loan that you then just own raw land and do a glamping setup. Is
Yep.
that okay?
Yep.
I'm gonna say fit. I'm gonna say fit. If you have good marketing and you have a business plan and you're able to actually rent it sufficiently to cover the mortgage payment on the land, investment is always a good idea. Fit.
Okay, I'm going to force you into a flop here.
Here we go.
A Santa can repelling to get your smartphone out of the
Flop. Massive flop. There's so many painful, awkward things I would rather do than be known as the lady that fell in the pit toilet on purpose.
I can't think of a scenario where that's a fit.
I knew I was forced her into a flop there.
I'm trying to think of it too. I mean, blooper reel of your life, I guess. Like,
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I cannot. I don't see.
Yeah.
I don't see a scenario where I'm like,
no.
no, I would do that.
I'll tell you right
I'd
now,
go.
I would rather hold it than be in that
Yeah.
situation. So,
Yeah.
no.
That would be the world's worst dare. Like, I would never take that. I would never do that.
know
Yeah,
if that's
maybe
the
that would be like
worst
a scavenger hunt. Right?
Oh, gosh.
or the scavenger, or the Amazing Race.
Yeah, the
They're
amazing
gonna
race.
put that on the
there you
Amazing
go.
Race now.
God.
Yeah.
Mhm. Gosh.
Brutal.
No, you couldn't pay me.
Well, that was fantastic, Kaylee. You did tremendous.
Thanks,
So
guys.
good to hear about Evergreen Home Loans, and really so good to know that you have somebody out there that's looking out for you.
Trying
You
to.
know, it's really difficult in this world as you navigate through this world. I mean, when you want to buy a house, what do you do? I mean, that's really the
Mhm.
question, and really a lot of stuff. When you want to buy a house, when you want to get fit, when you want to do anything, you don't really know where to start. And I am positive that Evergreen Home Loans and the home team is where to start for sure. For sure.
Thank you. Yeah.
If you want to know more about Kaylee Worley and Evergreen Home Loans, how can people get in contact with you?
Absolutely. So I do have a Facebook page where I post some fun things, some helpful things. So that's facebook.com/ I think it's Kaylee Woods still. I think it's my maiden name. So it'd be Kaylee Woods Loan Officer. And then evergreen.com/ Kaylee Worley. That's our internal website. Typically, honestly, I just love when people email or reach out. I'd love to meet people in person.
Fantastic. And we'll post all that in the description.
Yeah.
I also, because I'm a high roller, or, because that we're really close, I get an email from you weekly about market updates
You
and
do.
things like that. Yeah.
You're on the list.
Yeah, I'm on the list, and I feel very special. But if people wanted to get on this special list that talks about, because you talk about not only the housing market, you talk about the financial market. There's a lot of great information in there. Can people reach out and get on this?
Absolutely.
Get on this exclusive mailing list as well?
Absolutely. There's so we have a couple different programs that we run. that are informative or really educational. So anybody that wants more information or just wants to start kind of educating themselves on that, just reach out and I will happily add you to the email list.
Fun.
Fantastic. We are so glad to have you. This is a phenomenal
Yes, thank you
podcast.
for joining
Thank
us
you.
today. This is super
Absolutely.
fun.
No, I like this. This is great.
Yeah.
In the next podcast, we're going to have David Waddleton on podcast number 9 from Waddleton Tax and Bookkeeping. He's going to tell us about how he kept people fit in 2021 and how you can keep yourself fit in 2022.